Hello and welcome to the IT Lab, where I build and test IT solutions. Imagine checking into a hotel and being handed the master key to every room. That's risky. Instead, you get a key card. It only opens your room and only until checkout. That's exactly how a shared access signature works in Azure. In this lab, I'll show you how you can set up a storage account, generate a SAS token, and use Storage Explorer to move sensitive data securely. Alright, let's get started. The first thing I'm doing here is setting up a storage account in Azure. This is the foundation for holding the data we'll transfer. Every storage account comes with important choices. Performance tier defines how quickly you can access your files. Redundancy determines how many copies Azure keeps to protect against hardware failure. I chose LRS, Locally Redundant Storage, which keeps 3 copies in a single data center. It's a good balance of resilience and cost. Also notice the account can be exposed as a public endpoint. I'm leaving that enabled, but the key point is that we won't rely on permanent keys to secure it. Instead, we'll protect access using a shared access signature. Once the account is ready, the next step is to create a container, the place where our files will actually sit. Think of a container as a folder inside your storage account, where the actual files will live. When I create it here, I'm giving it a name and the access level is set to private, which means no one can just browse to this container over the internet. Access will only be possible through credentials, or in our case, the shared access signature will generate later. So the container is really about structure and security. It organizes the data, and by keeping it private, we make sure the only way in is through controlled access. This sets the stage for the secure transfer we'll do next. Now that we've got a container ready, the next step is controlling how people access it. This is where a shared access signature, or SAS, comes in. Think of SAS as a temporary pass. Instead of handing out the permanent account keys, which would give unlimited access, we generate a token that only works for a set time and only with the permissions we choose. Here I'm selecting permissions read, write, list and add, and I'm setting a short expiry window. That way, even if the token is shared, it won't last forever. The key idea here is control. SAS lets us decide exactly who can do what and for how long. Once the token is generated, we'll use it in Storage Explorer to prove that the secure transfer works without exposing permanent credentials. With the SAS token ready, we can now put it to use. I'm opening Storage Explorer, which is a tool designed to make working with Azure Storage feel as simple as managing files on your desktop. Instead of logging in with permanent account keys, I'm connecting using the SAS token we just generated. This proves the point. Access is temporary, controlled, and limited to exactly what we allowed. Once connected, I can upload or download files directly into the container. What matters here isn't the drag and drop itself, but the security model behind it. The SAS token ensures that even if someone else got hold of the connection string, they'd only have access for the short window we defined and only with the permissions we granted. So this step is really about demonstrating trust in action, moving sensitive data securely without ever exposing long-term credentials. And that's the power of a shared access signature. We've seen how it gives controlled, time-limited access to your storage, and once that window expires, Storage Explorer makes it clear the token is no longer valid and the container is locked down again. If you found this helpful, now's the time to like, comment and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.